are listening to Talking Health with Linda on Amazing Women of Power Radio. Get ready to hear information to empower you to look good and feel great. Let's talk health.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today on our radio show, Talking Health with Linda, on the Amazing Women of Power Radio, powered by Raven International. I'm so glad that you are here with us today and just very excited because I'm always excited to run into people that are doing things and changing the way that they do things so that they can live a healthier quality of life. And let me just tell you a little bit about what we're going to do today. As I mentioned to you earlier, we have several shows that we're going to be covering, individuals and that are doing things outside of the norm, that are taking charge of their life. We're also going to be sharing a lot of healthy tips with you. So for whatever your health issue is, whatever your goal is, whatever you're desiring to change, we hope that you hear something on our show that will empower you to do just that. Now, I had an opportunity to see a young lady on one of our shows last week on television by the name of Wiltrina Jones, and her story was very compelling. I was not only moved by what she had to share, but the fact that she was able to share it so openly. And what's important about that is anybody that saw that interview understood that if she could do it, they could too. And I happened to reach out to her, and, you know, she was very, very open to sharing her message with us today, helping to empower someone on this show, and for you to share it with other people, because it's so important that we get healthy. And when you have someone that's very passionate about what it is that they're doing and they're willing to share, you want to jump on to that. So from television to radio, I have Wiltrina with me on the show today. And Wiltrina was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, and she now resides in Georgia. And one of the things that she mentioned to me when I asked her a little bit about her background, you know, she told me she was always a chubby child, very active, but she was eating the wrong foods. She was in a lot of activities as she was growing up, and she worked in the restaurant industry in upper management for the majority of her teen and adult life. Prior to where she was recently with her weight, she had lost weight in the past on several occasions, but she was always doing it through fad diets. And she said that in 2009, she saw a couple of friends from high school and was totally impressed with their look and their level of fitness, and that, got her excited about changing her own life and working to get healthy. She was in business for herself, and she realized that she needed health insurance. Well, according to the insurance companies, she was high risk, and they would not insure her unless it was at a high monthly premium. And she realized that it was time to make some changes to help herself. By the time she reached the age of 41, she was at her heaviest weight, which was 375 pounds plus. This is when, in January 20th, 2011, after she was put on high blood pressure medicine, thyroid medications, pain meds, she knew that if she wanted to save her life, she had to begin this journey. So help me to welcome to our show today this powerhouse of a woman, Wiltrina Jones. Wiltrina, thanks for joining us today on Amazing Women of Power.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
I'm always excited, because I became a Facebook friend of hers, and I just wanted to read some of the posts that she had out there, and she is always encouraging people. Wiltrina, I know that that's a personal goal of yours to lose weight, but what what inspires you to inspire others?
For so long, I never had anyone to aspire to be or to look at and say, I can do that. It was always so far out of reach. Even though I saw it on The Biggest Loser and all of these other weight loss shows, I never thought that I could do it. I never saw somebody like me do it. So until I saw my friends, then I said, with that, I wanted to help other people to know that it can be done. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I truly believe that.
Well, and you know, the thing about it that I find so interesting is, you know, we do have a lot of shows on television, and we have all of these different weight loss systems and programs that people watch, but a lot of times the most exercise that they get while they're watching those shows is picking up the remote to change the channel.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But to take that, you know, you know, and turn it into something else that not only is helping you, but is helping others. And, you know, there was an interesting thing that you told me when we originally talked, and you wanted to donate your organs, which I think is really great, because there are so many people that don't even think of doing that, but they could always save somebody else's life. Tell us a little bit about what you told me when you shared that story with me.
Absolutely. Of course, I've always wanted to donate my organs. That was never an issue, never a problem. However, one day I was researching donating my body to science. And through that research, I realized, after reading all of the paperwork and printing up the forms, that I could not donate my body to science, for the simple fact that at the weight that I was, they would not accept my body. At that moment, that's when it all came together. I felt thrown away by society, because I feel thrown away when I'm walking the face of the earth as an obese person, and then I felt thrown away when I'm dead, because they didn't want me then either.
Wow. That is probably, you know, a heavy blow for anyone to deal with. And, you know, and you talked about having weight issues or, you know, struggles with your weight as you were growing up. Did you ever have problems with bullying or anything like that? Because, you know, I know that a lot of that happens to a lot of kids, and I don't even know if kids really understand what they're doing, but it really has a lasting impact. Did you ever experience that?
No, I didn't. I think it was indirectly. I turned out to be the bully, because I felt like I had to defend myself before somebody approached me. So, in other words, it was the exact opposite of being the one that was bullied. I was the bullier to make sure nobody messed with me because of my weight. I think it was insecurity inside of me, so I always lashed out at them before they got to me.
Wow. That's really interesting. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing, Wiltrina, because I know you work out at the gym. I know you have a lot of modifications to your diet. So I'm sure that we have someone that's listening to you today, and they're probably relating to your story. How did you get started, you know, and what is it that you do on a daily basis just to keep your focus and to keep the weight loss where you need it to be? Instead of going up, you're keeping it, you know, going in the direction that you need it to be. Tell us some of the things that you do on a daily basis.
Well, on a daily basis, I continue to encourage myself, not only through, the main thing that I use is Facebook. I use that as a mechanism to help me through the process, because I'm constantly dealing with folks that are in a competition business. So looking at their bodies is something that I aspire to have. So I continue on the path that I'm going.